Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So we are back in familiar territory. The wave tapestry is waving and the universe is at peace. And in today's video, I do want to talk about the K-pop idol Yena and her new song Hate Rodrigo, which has gotten her into a little bit of controversy recently. Because, at worst, some people interpret it as an Olivia Rodrigo diss, which it is not. And at best, some people just realized that it was a poor choice in marketing and a poor choice in title. So I just want to explain the whole situation with that and give you guys a little bit more background. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're unfamiliar, Yena is a 23-year-old South Korean idol. Currently, she's a soloist, but she was formerly a member of the temporary girl group IZ*ONE. Other names from the group you might recognize are IVE's Wonyoung or Yujin, LE SSERAFIM's Chaewon or Sakura, or Cheon or Eunbi, who are both soloists. In 2022, Yena made her solo debut with her song Smiley, which features BB. But it's Yena's most recent EP, Hate XX, which has the controversial Hate Rodrigo song on it. The 3-song EP contains Bad Hobby, Hate Rodrigo, and Wicked Love. Production-wise, Bad Hobby can be described as a mix of mechanical pop with a sort of noise music influence. To me, it sounds like it's in a very similar lane to some of aespa's more recent music, from like the Savage mini album onwards. Wicked Love has a more ominous sound. To me, it kind of sounds like if a pop rock song and a Melody Martinez song had a baby. Overall, in Hate XX, it seems like Yena is struggling with the emotional growing pains of being a young woman. On Bad Hobby, she talks about the cycle of a toxic relationship, trying to get over it, but in a way perpetuating it with the next person. On Wicked Love, Yena talks about being entranced by a relationship she knows will be bad. But instead of falling fully in love, the relationship is a sort of back and forth game. There seems to be an allusion in the song to Eve eating the fruit, but this isn't confirmed. There's a lot of red imagery in both Bad Hobby and Wicked Love, be it blood, flowers, the devil, or forbidden fruit. And y'all know I love to do a little reachy reach because they're fun and harmless, but there is a line in Wicked Love where Yena says, "This sour game always sucks, so I bite, the bittersweet devil I wanna ride." And as we know, Sour is the name of Olivia's debut album. I know Olivia didn't invent the word sour, but I do wonder if this was just Yena writing and choosing that metaphor, or if it was a reference to Olivia, who she references more heavily in Hate Rodrigo. Okay, so now let's get into Hate Rodrigo, which is the song in question. It actually features idol's Yuki. So first things first, the song is definitely a confirmed reference to Olivia Rodrigo, who in America is like the quintessential teen pop star right now. Or maybe young adult, because technically Olivia's 20 now, but she does cater to that sort of teen girl, young woman demographic. Obviously, the song's title had people up in arms, because I do think from a Western perspective, a lot of native English speakers would read something like Hate Rodrigo and interpret that as I hate Rodrigo. I don't know if this would be read or interpreted a different way in other languages, but I know that that's possible. But this definitely had people believing Yena was hating on Olivia in the song before it was even released. Hate Rodrigo has that more 2000s rock pop sound to it, and I'm sure this was intentional and probably a nod to Olivia's own music, which is inspired by that same sound. Now I do want to take a look at the lyrics. Originally, the song was written almost entirely in Korean, so what I'm looking at are the lyrics translated into English, so it might not be a 100% direct translation. But reading the English lyrics, it seems like the song is talking about how Yena wishes her personal style in music would be accepted and celebrated the way Olivia Rodrigo's is. So not necessarily hating on Olivia herself, but what she represents, and the fact that Yena feels like she's not getting that same admiration. The first verse reads, "Pop, I gotta run in my stockings, no high heels but boots and hairpin. I'm not someone who imitates others, what are you talking about? What are they saying? Pay no mind." The song also talks about how that Y2K pop punk style isn't actually just an Olivia Rodrigo thing, but something that is globally popular at this point. And I'm not sure if Olivia is the one who helped popularize its resurgence, or if she was leaning into something that was already trending, because I think Y2K really became a thing around the time of the pandemic. But of course, I do guess that both of those things can be true. And this is supported by Yena's pre-chorus where she says, "Uh-oh, I'm bored. Hey Siri, turn on the TV. Uh-oh, wait, what? Her style looks just like mine." Yuki and Yena sing together, "How do you like my style? Look at me, I like it. Mommy, this is trendy these days. Stop nagging, I like it." In an interview before the song even came out, Yena stated that Hate Rodrigo wasn't a diss to Olivia. Yena described the feelings in the song as playful jealousy and said that she actually really did like Olivia. In the song, there seems to be the sense of not wanting to like someone or something popular, but then finally admitting to being into it. And while this can and often is misconstrued as hate, It actually takes more maturity to admit that you came around and actually do like something. Ironically, that's kind of how I personally felt about Olivia's music to begin with. Like, I wasn't hating on Olivia Rodrigo, but I definitely paid her music no mind because I was like, oh, this must be for kids or younger teenagers. But then when I listened to it more, I actually do kind of like it. When the Hate XX EP and tracklist were announced, Yena's fans and many of Olivia's too were either upset about or just simply confused by the song's concept or title. Of course, a lot of people assumed it was shade or a diss, and a seemingly random one at that. As far as I know, Yena and Olivia have never interacted or even referenced one another prior to the song. Like, it almost seemed like it was shaping up to be a pop girl crossover, but in the worst way. A video was shot for Hate Rodrigo, in which Yena makes several references to Olivia. It also has that Y2K movie feel to it that a lot of Olivia's videos, and just honestly a lot of videos in that Y2K influence realm do have. In the original version, there were also several images of Olivia and her album covers in Yena's bedroom set, in the way that most teen girls hang posters on their walls. Just days after its release, the Hate Rodrigo video was privated, which people of course assume was due to the backlash. According to Koreaboo, a lot of the content in Hate Rodrigo and Hate XX hashtags on social media were removed as well. Yena uploaded a video for doing the Hate Rodrigo challenge on her TikTok account, which seems like it's just a little short dance to the song. There's still speculation as to the real reason the original video was privated. Some speculated it was in fact due to the backlash or because Olivia's team requested the video be taken down for a different reason. Others claim Yena's team made the choice because the video violated copyright and portraiture rights laws. Yena's company, the Chinese-based Yehua Entertainment, stated the video was removed due to copyright. Part of their statement reads, "We realize that there were scenes in the music video that has parts which violate copyrights, portraiture rights, and trademarks, and set the video to private on June 29th. We are currently reworking the music video. We are sorry about causing confusion by realizing about the above later and for not making a statement about it prior. We will upload the music video quickly as soon as it is finished being edited." In the statement, they also claimed it wasn't true Olivia's management requested the video be privated or taken down. Days later, an edited version of the Hate Rodrigo video was uploaded. It removed a lot of Olivia imagery, but otherwise the video is pretty close to the original. Some Redditors also wondered why Yena's team didn't think to get in touch with Olivia's team prior to shooting the video in order to either secure copyrights for the music video or to just at least make sure Olivia and her team were aware the song and the video were coming at all. Personally, I understand the theme of the song, but I don't think it was well thought out to include Olivia's name or pictures. And I especially don't think it was a good choice to call the song Hate Rodrigo, because even if you weren't being hateful or didn't intend people to take it that way, many of them still would. And now people aren't focusing on the concept of the song, which is actually a really good and relatable one, and instead are focusing on either being upset at Yena or not being upset at her, but how she and her company chose to title and market the song. I do think that it's interesting that the theme of Hate Rodrigo wasn't inherently controversial, but a few questionable choices in the lyrics, title, and imagery created a storm of controversy around the song. Ironically, Olivia did something similar to Hate Rodrigo with her song Jealousy Jealousy, but without naming names. Still, through the lyrics, we understand exactly the type of person she mentions being jealous of, and she still definitely gets her point across. Someone made another point on Reddit that I really do agree with. They said that even though Hate Rodrigo wasn't meant to be hateful, it was still a poor choice to use Olivia's name in the song. Aside from mentioning Olivia because she is the embodiment of the archetypical pop star Yena is singing about, it was likely done for marketing purposes. One, Olivia is one of the most popular singers right now in the West, and she does have a pretty big fan base. I would also hazard a guess and say a large part of Olivia's fan base listens to K-pop, and likewise I would say a lot of people who know Yena also know of Olivia, especially in the West. That being said, there was no way people weren't going to see the song title and assume the worst, or at the very least comment on it, which made the song blow up on social media more than it likely would have otherwise. So it almost makes you wonder if, aside from using Olivia as a metaphor and as a literal example, if her name and image were also used for marketing. It seems like anyone with any awareness of social media could have easily predicted this was going to end in some sort of stand war or conflict between Olivia's and Yena's fans, both of whom are fighting to defend their respective pop idols. I'm not sure if Yena's team knew Olivia would be putting out new music around the same time, or if it was just a bad coincidence. This person also mentioned that Olivia allegedly did personally ask for the video to be privated. And like I said, I can't confirm that, but I do want to acknowledge that several outlets are reporting that. So now I guess there's a whole he said, she said between Olivia's team and Yehua as to what really sparked the original Hate Rodrigo video to be taken down. If it was due to copyright, I'm still not sure how Yehua didn't foresee that. Someone in that same thread also suggested it would have been a lot better if Yena kept Olivia out of it entirely and she herself just played the pop star in the video that she was jealous of. Like, we really could have gotten another Mariah Bianca moment, or like Taylor Swift in You Belong With Me. Some also pointed out that Yuki could have easily played that role since she was already on the song. All in all, it just seems like the situation didn't work in Yena's favor, at least looking at some of the backlash. But who knows if it was just her or her team's plan to get her name out there, because that definitely did work. I would imagine, though, that most artists don't want to reach new audiences because of controversy, but who knows, because scandal often does sell. Regardless, Yena has been out and about promoting Hate Rodrigo, and she's done several stages already. She did, however, cancel her comeback appearance on Music Core, and she was scheduled to post-record Hate Rodrigo, and her company said this cancellation was due to Yena's poor health. So this might hurt her at the moment, but I guess it stands to be seen how and if this whole Hate Rodrigo situation will impact Yena's career in the long run, if it does at all. Also, I did want to take a second to talk about Olivia's new song, Vampire, since she is one of the subjects of this video. First things first, I don't really care that the purple aesthetic she's doing this time around for Guts is kind of similar to Sour. But getting into Vampire, when the song begins, it does kind of give like musical or talent show vibes, as in I can imagine Olivia singing in an auditorium with like a spotlight on her, and then someone off to the side playing the piano. But let me just say, the vocals are giving. I really like how the song picks up and builds, and that's becoming an aspect of Olivia's music that she and her producers do really well in a lot of songs. And speaking on the production, I do in a way feel some similarities between Vampire and Driver's License. I love the lyrics and the vampire metaphor is pretty obvious, but still the songwriting isn't to a point where it's corny. I think a lot of us can relate to having friendships or relationships where you really only see those people at night, and then later down the line it kind of makes you realize that maybe there's not as much substance to those relationships as you thought that there was. And then of course that line also fits for actually describing a vampire. Would I listen to the song on my own? Probably not, but I don't entirely hate it, and it doesn't make me not want to keep up with the album rollout. I did see some people saying that they think Vampire will age better than some of the songs on Sour, which already sound dated. Honestly, to me, Vampire sounds like it could have been on Sour, but I also don't really think any of those songs sound dated, maybe with the exception of Good For You, but I'll let that slide because I really do love that song. And of course, at this point, the songs from Sour are only 2 years old, and Vampire just came out a few weeks ago, so time will definitely tell. Alright, so that is just a little bit more information for you about the whole issue with the Hate Rodrigo song. And like I said earlier in the video, I do like the concept that Yena chose because I do think it's very relatable to say, oh, you know what, sometimes I am kind of jealous of this person, but I still like them, and I have to reconcile with that. And genuinely, I'm sure that's something that most, if not all of us, can relate to. I mean, I certainly can. And it's interesting to see that this still happens on the level of pop stars or famous people who we might not necessarily think, oh, they don't feel confident in themselves. But it's true. They're humans just like everyone else. So it was interesting to see, try to put that into a song. And it's sad to see that a lot of that got misconstrued or overlooked because people saw Olivia's last name in the title and saw Olivia's, images all over the music videos and was like, this must be an Olivia diss. And of course, as always, make sure you let me know your thoughts on Hate Rodrigo, and if you want to, also let me know your thoughts on Vampire. And also, let me take a second in this video to make a public apology to Queen Card, which is an Idol song, because I said on Twitter that I didn't like it, and you know what? I have converted. That song gets played for me almost every single day. It's unserious, it's fun, like I said, we need to get into our unserious music, and it's just cute, and it's just girly, and it's just a fun little summertime song. And I also really like to watch the stages because I am obsessed with most of the styling for the Queen Card era. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on all of this music in general, K-pop, Olivia Rodrigo, whatever. Just keep it cute, and I will see you very soon. I don't know why I said keep it cute. I feel like sometimes my brain just goes on autopilot, it just keeps talking, but I'll see you soon. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can stick around for more. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter so that you can keep up with me there. And if you'd like to become a channel member, the link is in the video's description. Again, thank you so very much for watching. I love you so very much, and I will see you so very soon. Bye-bye.